There's a huge rain cloud right now. You hear that rain? It's lightened up. I couldn't get to. I'm sorry. I have some things going on. Lord have mercy. Some of these nurses are having trouble registering for these classes. I think I'm going to ask one of them to give me their email and see if I could do it. Okay. Anyway, I'm just letting this rain pass, and then I'm going to go ahead and go to the co-working spot.
The government is planning to spend $1.2 billion to build a pair of carbon removal hubs.
I think I'm going to come back over here after that meeting. I'm going to sit in the car and take the meeting there. I got in here, there was one call from a nurse asking about a student that might be eventually eligible for special education. The child has all kind of medical needs, and the nurse was concerned and had questions. Well, not so much concern. They were just like, does this stuff happen? Because they were doing school nursing in another state, and it seems like the other state is more progressive than Georgia, and which is true. They take forever to evaluate a lot of these kids. I mean, in my opinion, I think probably if somebody is doing the evaluation, it might not seem like that long, but there was this one kid, on God, I think that kid should have been in special education years ago, and I don't know what it was, but the kid kept repeating grades. This kid was in a wheelchair and needed to be toileted, and there was this lovely paraprofessional, and they were helping this kid was dead weight over 100 pounds, and one time I helped that para with that, moving that student, and it wasn't a table where you could do good body mechanics. When I tell you, that put me in bed for 2 days. And then when that para asked me again, I'm like, honey, you need to go and ask for one of those Hoya lifters, whatever they call them. So the principal got that. I'm like, no, I ain't doing it. I said, I just literally got out of the bed for 2 days. I mean, I went in that Friday evening, all Friday evening. That day, I spent the whole day in bed. I went to church, and then I came back home and got back in that bed. My mom is like, are you okay? I'm like, Mom, there's this kid that's dead weight. She's like, why don't they? I'm like, this 504, this American Disability Act, you don't dare say anything, or some of these parents, they'll try and put a lawsuit on you. I don't think that this one family did, because they were from an underprivileged family. And I think this nurse says, like, I don't think that the family knows how to advocate for their child. That's why it's taking so long. I think that that's what happened with this kid. If it would have been one of the kids that's in the neighborhoods that I covered, honey, they would have hurried up and put that kid in special education. And I just hate to play the race and privilege card, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of the kids that are low income, underprivileged, first generation, some of them, I've seen them spend longer trying to get figured out. Some of the nurses in this neighborhood, and by the way, some of the schools I cover are in this neighborhood. Those families come in with attorneys, okay? They come in with attorneys. And there was this one attorney, I'm pretty sure I have her card somewhere. She had worked as a school teacher, okay? Or in education. She worked in education somewhere, all right? You get the picture. And then she turned around and she got a degree. And she got a law degree. I was almost like, let me get your card in case I have something happen with my kids, and then God forbid, and I need it. All All right, everyone, the meeting is over. It's past 4 o'clock now. I had the goal of completing this evaluation. They call it a self-assessment, and then you also put in your goals. So I had typed up all my goals this morning, and after that meeting I came back, so I did the self-assessment and I put the goals in there. I had to go back and look at an old blank evaluation form to figure out, it's like a specific category of goal. So I got that in there. I proofread it a couple times. It probably isn't perfect. There might be some typos in there, but the person will get the message, upline person. And then I just sent them an email saying I sent the stuff to you. So that's that. Oh, well, there's a typo in here. It's like you get the message. But when you're dealing with certain people like this, they're going to find something in there. And the point is, they're good, solid goals. They're achievable, and I've done half of them, so anything I do will be extra. I knocked it out of the park. And I gave myself a 29 rating. I did, you get scores like 3 and 4. 4 is exemplary. 3 is proficient. So I gave myself 5 exemplaries and 3 proficients. I put myself proficient in just so I don't make myself like, oh, I'm perfect. I did communication was one. One was it's like policy or something. Then there was one other one. I can't remember what it is, but I know I'm outstanding in those areas too, but I just made 3 of them proficient because each time you do exemplary, you have to really give good, solid, concrete explanations as to why you think you're exemplary. And there were some areas that, I know what it was. It was like professionalism. And I'm dealing with an upline person that historically doesn't like my tone. I guess because I'm honest. So what I'm trying to do is just keep my communication. Like when we had that meeting, I didn't even say anything. Oftentimes, less is more. I love me some good lighting. I love some good lighting, guys. Since the lighting is good, I'm going to just show you some of the things I got in here. Right next door to me, to my right, is the IT guy. He looks like he comes out of this back thing with a gazillion computers and comes back in. And this car is not cheap. There's somebody else. There's hybrids here, Teslas here, Mercedes here. Even if it's like a Honda, it's completely loaded. If it's the Mercedes, it's completely loaded. There's this monster truck here, and there's this man over here doing this Zoom call. I don't want to look over there at him for these people. So anyway, they have like a 24-hour coffee and tea. I just didn't feel like doing it. It's almost practically my close of business hours right now. I'm supposed to be over on the other side of town, so I'm going to hit some traffic, but boy, it was worth it. I got some of the fancy things that they have in there, and I'm going to have be fancy over this weekend. These fancy cups right here. Hope the man next door isn't looking. Napkins. They have I'm not going to show the branding, but they have this paper all over the place, and they have cute little pencils and pens if you need to take notes. But I need to take notes, so I'm going to use it and enjoy myself. I got two organic black teas. This stuff isn't cheap, by the way. And then I got, they have these Stroop waffles. It says warm it on your cup. Soft toasted waffle filled with caramel, cinnamon, and real bourbon vanilla honey. So let's see. Yeah, yeah, guys, I got it. For what I'm paying for this group thing, and half the time I'm too busy to be able to enjoy this. Yes, I did it. And honey, I will be coming in there grabbing something each time I come out of there. Ask me if I care. For what I'm having to pay for this.